Welcome back. Straight to our discussion this morning. We have joining us remotely Adeola Soetan. He is a social commentator and someone who loves this country so much. And we are asking the question this morning: the state of the nation. What is the state of hunger in Nigeria? Adeola, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Yeah, it's my pleasure to be with you. Thank
Yes.
you very much.
Yes. What is the state of the nation? Before we get into the discussion about hunger, what is the state of the nation for you? What are you seeing politically? What are you seeing with the institution of government as we look up to the 2027 general election? What is the state of the nation for you?
The state of the nation is appalling. It's not encouraging, and virtually everybody is feeling the pain, both politically, socially, and economically. We have seen instances of saying individuals are defrauding them, government defrauding government, and government defrauding people. Of recent, we had the issue of this young man, Adeni, alleging of being victimized, and government alleging him of looting and impersonation and what have you. We have cases of political victimization. Omoneye Showore has been arrested, rearrested. Now he's been persecuted rather than being prosecuted. We've seen cases of death here and there. Although our military is trying to do one or two things, but you agree with me that we sleep with our one eye open. Some of us don't travel outside our zone now, if not by flight, because we are in a state of anomy. And government seems to be helpless, doing nothing than to give rhetorics over and over the years why things are going bad. Of course, we are in a bourgeois state where lies is allowed or is told and not the correct situation. But we can feel it. We are not animals. We are not wood. We can feel it because the problems are part of us. And of course, are
Adeola,
meant for us.
supporters of this administration will tell you that the foreign reserve has improved, and that the naira has not is not that so bad with the naira, and that prices of commodities have come down. There are talks that fuel might sell 800 naira or 900 naira per liter. Won't you give it to the administration that in one way or the other, they've stabilized the economy?
Well, the point is, sacrifice will always be there for government. They are over the years, government by government. They are so consistent. I was one of those who consistently remind Buhari of his role. But a lot of people were attacking us, calling us sort of names, the Abobakus. But we see what happened after Buhari. Now, Jonathan at times when you see government is always favored by is always done by minute population of sacrifice, the Abobakus and what have you, by telling us what we know, but telling us in another form. You see, petrol for now is still 1,003, 1,004, depending on where you get it. Gas has come down from 2,000 to 1,700. But this is gas that we used to buy for less than 700 per unit. So when government says they have improved on what? Improve of what? Is it unemployment? Is this security? Is it hunger? Is it inflation? Because you have to take government from where it starts, not when it spoiled things so bad and to a level. And now you are talking of they have improved because maybe one or two things have come little down. So, I mean, above where you met it. To me, the government sample fans are also enjoying the game. They are enjoying the ash, but they want to, except those ones who are paid to speak Latin to hungry people. Go to any homes now, go to any houses now, go to any school now, go to farm, go to villages. You feel it. It's not, one thing with economic problems that you can hide. I was in hospital about 4 months ago, last week, and we know what it takes. Almost 90% of the drugs bought, are very expensive, and I'm still buying. I've just bought a drug. I bought a set of drugs that I've used for this month with an average of 180,000 naira. So how do you sustain that? When you were there at last week, it's terrible. It's even still down in loot and one of usage and water. But it's terrible. You die, it's as simple as ABC. If your people, your friends are not giving you money, everything is expensive now. Imagine buying just a 75,000 naira one, and you're going to take about 10 under your circumstances. So it's not that people are speaking what they don't know. We are speaking what we know. Market, sardine fish now is 4,000 per kilo. Meanwhile, before now is 1,002, 1,003 per kilo. Chicken is 10,000 naira per kilo. Turkey, the same. And a host of other products. So it's about telling us the wrong thing, the wrong way, what we know. We feel it.
All
We
right,
feel
sir.
it.
All right, sir. When the
As of
government,
now, all
look, sir,
everything is gone.
on several occasions, the government has told us that whatever hardship we are experiencing now is not the fault of this government. That is something that is systemic, something they inherited from the previous administration. And recently, they told us that it's because of what is happening at the global level. That is not only in Nigeria. So, do you think government is doing anything right enough to provide a kind of buffer, a shock absorber for Nigeria in the circumstance?
Well, they have advised to Nigerians, some Nigerians to go and be selling kuli and ekpa. And, of course, some other cons, forgetting that these are businesses people themselves have taken over the years. And no corn or maize seller will want to pray that his daughter or his son should inherit. Any business you are doing, yeah, I enjoy eating all these things around the town, but those who are selling them are always praying that their children should not come and replace them. They want something higher, technology, administration, and whatever for their children. So it's not about people being ridiculous. No, it's not. These are products that have been sold before Remi Tinubu was born, and it will still be sold because it's about making ends meet. My mom sold before she died, has a center what have you. Well, Amala center of highest level are coming up now. They are not talking of that. Talking of a maize which you will buy before with 20, 30,000 you can start. Yeah, some children have been taught how to eat, but no person, no parent selling those things you pray that the children will come and inherit. No children. You want higher level. So the point is, government must say something. You are saying it's not your problem. It's not your problem. But when you are there, before you pay, you know how much oil costs. You know how much bread costs. A loaf of bread now is about 2,000, depending on what you want to eat. I know. Ordinary ogi, 50 naira, 1,000 naira. Ordinary ogi that you get for 10 naira those times. So it's about, I'm not saying it's good. I mean, the government is responsible for everything, but all things that affect us, they are responsible. Subsidy is gone. Man said it in May, in 3 years. I told them that
Yes.
what he has done was just to disrupt the whole economic situation of Nigeria. It's not when you say something is gone on your first day, then you have caused the problem for yourself. I've written many about it. People have talked about it, that our economy is an economy that cannot have, there's nowhere in the world that subsidy is removed by somebody just coming up and announcing it on the first day. He has not even entered office. So that tells you the economic sense of Mr. President. So we are going into it.
I don't know. I don't know if you saw. I don't know if you saw the comments by the special advisor to Mr. President talking about Bayo Onanuga, who said that, come on, he drives around the streets of Nigeria. He has seen good roads in Nigeria, and that people are enjoying, trunk A roads across the country, and that he doesn't see nor feel the hunger that Nigerians are complaining about. And that that he even checked with his people, his staffers around him, and that he asked them, how are you people coping? And what they tell me is that that we are okay, we are fine. So that he doesn't see the hunger. I don't know how far is that from the reality, Adiola? How far is that from the reality on ground?
Bayo should be pitied. Bayo Onanuga should be pitied, because he pretended to live in heaven. Pretended to live in heaven. He doesn't stay around. And it's not him alone. Our previous government, their spokesperson come out and tell us rubbish. I know this, no hunger, no everything. I'm surprised. Let Bando goes to let him go to his town or his village. He doesn't need to. He doesn't need to come and harass us on television. Well, his occupancy doesn't know status and doesn't know age. Anybody who is a government is expected to be a sycophant, particularly a spokesperson. You have seen Femi, you have seen this guy from the north, who spoke for Buhari. They can defend Buhari now, because foresight, over astonishment has always been the basis for good analysis of events. Bayo is just a man whose bread is buttered, whose pocket is filled, and his house not to. I know if Bayo is on another round, another world, and a government like Tinubu government is there, I know what he will have said. But it shows journalism at times is preoccupied by populated mostly by sarcophag. You see a lot of people when you become journalist, you become government spokesperson, particularly the print media. I don't know. This Tinubu to himself will read it and be embarrassed. That you have just said something that is stupid to say. In this country where we have over 67 people, 77% of people that have nothing to eat, that will go hungry. I don't understand, because if that is the case, we'll be in we'll be dancing. Nobody will say government should not be bad. We want good governance. We want it. I know how much I paid for this government, for this nation, for this country, right from my secondary school days. And every Nigerian pray for, wants, and struggle to have a good government. So Bayo cannot come out from black.
Okay, and I'm very sure that Bayo is watching, and I'm sure that he will come out with a reply. Well, let me come to you. Same question. Come on, Bayo is saying that I drive around. You know, I went to my village, I was driving back, and I saw road, and people are no longer complaining.
Yes.
So he couldn't place his hand on the hunger that Nigerians are really complaining, that someone did a voiceover when the president visited Lagos and said the Bingbawa, and everybody amplified that. Are you really seeing this hunger?
The last known address that I know of Bayo Onanuga is VGC.
But he was not driving from VGC, he was driving from his village.
The current address of Bayo Onanuga is Villa.
Villa.
If Bayo goes to his village,
Yes.
he's on a visit. And I'm sure if you go to Ijebu, he will not be saying people are not hungry. Let me give you one story. Bayo Onanuga is my first employer. He taught me journalism. And what he told us for the 6.5 years I spent with him is, if as a journalist, you write a story and government clap for you, then you are not a journalist. You are a PR writer.
So is Bayo now a PR person?
That's how I'm
Is
going.
he still a
Now,
journalist?
if you read Bayo Onanuga from
Yes.
the days of Tempo magazine,
Yes.
the news,
Yes.
PM news, AM news, I now compare Bayo
Yes.
with current Bayo Onanuga, then it's another face entirely. Bayo has workers. Then you should compare his workers then with his current workers and know the state or the standard of living both of them are facing. Like Mr. Adeola said, most of our politicians now, including Bayo Onanuga, they are the other realm. They are so distant from what is happening to common Nigerians. If he has to be living maybe around Agege, Ikeja, Ibadan, Ogun State, if he's really living there, I know that people are stressed. You know, it's even more difficult for those who are earning income now, because you see poverty around you, you see hunger around you, and you know, typical of African way of life, you can't walk away. You still have to share with them. How much are we spending on transportation alone? You know, go by, you see the analysis that Mr. Adeola gave about the cost of food. Let's say now, many people, someone joked yesterday that how much are they selling turkey? Before my salary, maybe I can buy half kilo. So how many people actually buy turkey? How many people have buy? No, initially, like for me, I love Titus fish. But now we begin to examine pullets, we begin to examine shower, cocktail, which one. So the level that Nigeria now is at, the standard of living is reducing daily. You begin to look for a cheaper alternative, not just alternative. You begin to look for a cheaper alternative. Before President came in, we know there was no light and people turned to generator. But now, some people are now reduced their light to maybe 2 hours. You have to put on generator for like 2 hours. You now start measuring it because of the cost of fuel. Now, they're talking about CNG.
Yes.
Even those who have converted their vehicles to CNG are still complaining. Are they really available? The gas is there until now. We now have president fighting to claim with the marketer they should reduce the cost of fuel. But who bear the brunt? Initially, the argument for removing fuel subsidy is that, it's still few people that are benefiting. But now, majority of Nigeria are suffering from the effect of the removal of fuel subsidy. What they need to have done that time was to block the loopholes which make people benefiting.
The president, at any time you give him, this same question will go to Mr. Adeola. Anytime he sees opportunity, he sees the media, he says that there's light at the end of the tunnel, meaning that further amplifying his renewed hope agenda.
See, I'll tell you a story.
Yes.
They said, during the rainy season, you told us to block the hole of the snake.
Yes.
During the dry season, you tell us to block the hole of the snake. So when are you going to kill the snake? Now, this is almost 3.5 years into the administration of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu.
Yes.
And in a sane environment, he cannot be so confident that he was going to win the next election.
Yes.
So if you told us that there's a light at the end of the tunnel,
Yes.
and your 4 years have elapsed, and we didn't see any light again at all, at the end of the day, everybody will go blind. So if there's any reform,
So you don't see any light?
For me, I don't believe this is going to get any better. Because, like Mr. Adela said, government is now stealing from government. So the data they are reading out are those people who are stealing money directly from the pocket of the government. So that's those, because most of the data boy will say, there's no money. There's one lawmaker that said there's no money, people are going to the US, there's no money, people are buying houses, there's no money, people are doing party. All what you should do is to pray that it gets to you from a lawmaker. So it means that it is either you are there or you are not. So they reduce Nigeria to the super rich and the super poor. We don't even really, we no longer have.
Maybe that explain why the Madam Iyalakara of the Federation has said that we should, young girls should go into kuli akara and agbado frying, and they can also process it to go out. Diola, do you share in the same thought as Wale Busari? Because he's saying that, where is the light? That there is no light. Yes, there's a tunnel, but he doesn't see the light. And that hope has been dashed, that renewed hope is something that looks like a mirage or some sort. Where do you stand?
Well, any government can come out with phrases. We've had phrases over the years, and it doesn't mean anything. You just sit down and call your media person to give you phrase, and that phrase you use anyhow. But the reality of it is that it's not making our life better. There's no light, which light funnel. There's no light behind our, and they don't any funnel. Buhari told us more than this. For 8 years. And we all know that they are going to be light by the tunnel and water. Even Tinubu, who was defending that time, had to attack that the nation is turning something nice. Now Tinubu is doing worse than well, let me give you, because I'm also an agriculturalist. When you say you are hungry, when you say a nation is hungry, what does that supposed to mean? Availability of food is essential. It's a key factor to know whether a nation is hungry or it's not. Availability. Then affordability, that an average person in Nigeria can afford it, food that he wants to eat. Then, of course, the quality of food. You talk of availability. Boko Haram has destroyed many farms. People are moving from those farms to the semi-urban center. We have lost so many acres of land, so many, those who are concerned know about it. Of course, when you talk of affordability, even myself, I cannot afford what I want to eat. That is essential for me. Sardine fish. To cook now, sardine fish, about a family of 4. You need nothing less than 30,000. Stock of pepper, to cook pepper, to have pepper to cook, you'll be spending close to 8,000. Stock of oil, stock of, stock of ingredients. I sent someone out yesterday in my Lagos to get turkey. To get sardine, because that is what the doctor told me to eat. Sardine, we condemn sardine when we are young. Except sardine is for poor people, really. Except when we are innocent, you fry it, or this fried sardine, you take garri with it. It's normal thing. It's normal thing in the hostel, But now you cannot eat it. I grew up. I cannot afford to be eating sardine always. We talk of chicken. I said I should not eat meat again. I have to be eating chicken and sardine at low level. Not me alone, no, other Nigerians, even those who are eating it before, are not eating it again. It's as simple as ABC. So when you talk of hunger, hunger is not when whether somebody says it occurs or it doesn't occur. It's about availability, affordability, and the quality of those goods. It's as simple as ABC. So to feed a family now, if you can even feed 3 times a day, because I've done research on that, except your top class. To feed a family now of 4, averagely in a day, you'll be talking of 20 to 25,000, depending on what kind of food, but not
I mean, you
ostensibly
see,
that you're going to
Nigerians would agree. Nigerians would agree with you and most of your points, and I'm very sure that one way or the other, you will get to hear from Bayo, and we'll get to do a reality check between where the nation stands with hunger and the reality and the other world that those in government live in. Let me thank you so much for taking our time to join us this morning. It's been a great time having you on the program.
It's my pleasure to be here. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Do have a great day ahead of you. We'll go on this break, and when we come back, David Chiedu will join us. Lagos happened to him, and he's here now, and we'll settle the calls when we are done on the program this morning, myself and David. So not the other David, this other David. See you after this break.